Family Man released. My Instagram is flooded. Wow, this is so tasty. What is it? And I'm like, it's hammock. And Manoj sir is like, it's gonga. Priyanka Chopra can be a Maricom. A mainlander person can play a northeastern character. Then why can't we just be characters and not just a northeastern person? Exactly. Go to anybody's place and they'll be like, bhat khai ja. That insecurity of what's gonna happen tomorrow. And I think that is something that bugs me a lot of times.
Today we have with us someone who is truly a one-person creative industry. Born in Nagaland, raised across Nepal and Siliguri, and shaped by cultures from Dwars to Mumbai, Poonam Gurung is an actress who refuses to be boxed in. We are delighted to have you in Northeast Live, Poonam.
Thank you so much. That was such a wonderful introduction. Yes, currently I'm based out of Assam, and yes, all the places that I've been have shaped me. So thank you so much for that introduction.
Poonam Gurung is someone who is unstoppable and with multi-hyphenated forces herself. Well, Poonam Gurung is not just an actor. She's more than an actor. She's a filmmaker, a writer, a martial artist, a dancer, a choreographer, and multilingual performer who sings in Hindi, English, and Nepali. And you have seen her in critically acclaimed works and projects like Nirantar, Khoj, The Suspended Inspector Boro, Lokal Utpat, and now she's making a big impact in the Family Man Season 3, where she have made an impactful presence, layered presence, and it has been creating buzz all over. What makes you feel on that?
It means a lot. Family Man released. And I was like, okay, it's just a random day and everything. And then I see my Instagram is flooded with messages from people. And people from all around India, not just one part, you know, from Northeast, from the mainland, from everywhere. People are reaching out to me. And I was like, okay, is this really happening? And then, you know, I took a moment and then I accepted it that okay, it's happening, and then people are accepting my performance. And when I'm getting that kind of response where people are showing me love and they are reaching out to me, telling me that they really love my performance, it really fills my heart, because as an actor, what happens is that at some point you start losing hope. Yes.
One special moment during the ongoing project, what would you mention?
Okay, there are many special moments, but what happened was we were shooting for the final sequence that was in Bombay only, and I was sitting in the vanity because it was a night shoot, so I didn't have anything for a while, so I was just resting. Then suddenly somebody knocked on my door. I think it was Manoj sir's boy.
Okay.
Then he's like, aap aa jao, and then Palin and everybody were also heading towards Manoj sir's vanity. It's like, what's happening? What happened? So like, Manoj sir has made mutton, so he's invited everybody to eat. So all of us, Palin, me, Sharif, and few of the crew also, but they were busy shooting. So jo bhi aa saka wo log. So we all went to his vanity, and then we enjoyed the mutton. And I think it was a special moment for me, because everyone can say that they have pictures with Manoj Vajpayee, but I can say that I've tasted his mutton. Well, the mutton that he made sounds odd.
So have you introduced any of the local cuisines to the actors?
I didn't really get that kind of time. But in the series itself, there's a scene where we offer food to Sharif and JK, the actor who plays JK, and Manoj sir. We offer them hammock, and it was not really hammook, of course,
So
but then
is snail.
Yeah, snail.
Yeah.
So because JK being the foodie guy as a character, he hogs in the food. It's like, wow, this is so tasty. What is it? And I'm like, it's hammock. And it's like, what hammock? Like, what is it? I said, snail. What do you call it in Hindi? And Manoj sir is like, it's gonga. I was like, okay. Then he just, sidelines the food. But then I think that was a really fun moment where on screen I get to introduce a local delicacy to them.
Can you mention where was this shooting done for Family Man season?
My parts were in Nagaland. They shot my parts in Konoma village, a beautiful village. I feel that the village is protected by the spirits. And Kohima, they did a few parts in Kohima. Then also in the ground where what is it? Hornbill Festival is held. Then after that, we also shot in Kaziranga. Again, Kaziranga was beautiful. We almost got lost. And we also shot in Bombay on the set because they had to blast and all of that. So that's why we shot in Bombay.
So you said that the shooting was done in Kaziranga as well as in Nagaland, in Konoma and Kohima. So tell us the actors' view on the nature, the beauty of Northeast.
Oh, they were, so for them, because I think it was rainy season, so it was a little troublesome for them to travel because a lot of times because of the landslide, the roads were blocked. But once they reached the place, they had no complaints. They were all, in awe of the place, the beauty, and also the food, because it's a little simple, but simple food is the best, and I think they were odd. They really love the people, and I've heard only good things from them. They're like, the people here are so sweet, they're so nice, because that's not the same thing when you go to Bombay, right?
Yes.
Because it's all
People are in
fast
rush,
paced,
yeah.
They're always in rush. But then for them, they really love the people in Northeast, and they had a good time. And this is what I heard from them, so I'm talking on behalf of them. Yes.
About your actions and everything that you have learned from martial art, what was that one action that the crew member from every project was like, oh God, she's fearless?
I think during the Family Man only, when we did the running sequence and
Yes.
the gunshot and all in Konoma village, and I was not expecting people would be interested because it was just running, right? But it was so nice of the crew that they came to me and they were like, "Oh my God, Matlab, you were so good," and I'm like, "Okay."
Was I good?
Was I really?
Yeah.
And they were so sweet. All of them came and they were like, no, man, you're really good. You did really good. I'm like, okay, thank you so much.
So Poonam, you started off with the Bollywood movies, and what kept you choosing for the regional films?
So first of all, I went to Bombay and I went for, of course, dancing. But somehow I auditioned and then got into Bollywood films and all these episodics and all. But the first regional film that I did was a Bengali film coach. Then later on I, did Assamese film, Marathi film, Malayalam film. But what really fills my heart is, the warmth of working in a regional film, because everybody is working like a family, and of course the bigger budget movies are also similar to that, but in this kind of setup, what happens is that the crew and cast is less. So everybody knows everybody is
Yes.
taking care of each other. So it's really nice and warm to work in a regional industry. And the kind of role that I really wanted to do, where I grow as an actor, where I learn, because I'm not a trained actor, right? I've learned through projects. So for me to learn, I wanted that kind of characters, which I was getting in a regional film, be it Malayali, be it Malayalam, be it Marathi, be it Bengali, be it Assamese, the kind of roles that I really wanted to do, where I learn was and grow, was something that I got in the regional industry. And I think with Family Man also, I'll say that, the cast and crew is really nice, and they're really warm and welcoming, and you get that kind of feeling that you feel that as if you're part of the family when you're working there.
Poonam, you're not just in front of the camera, you're a filmmaker, writer. Tell us about that role as well.
Writing is something that I was always scared of. But then Bhaskar Da, I met Bhaskar Hazarika, who made Amis and all. I met him, and then I shared a few stories of mine. Then I also wrote. Then he, took me in as an assistant director and as a assistant writer. So that is when I was like, he said that, you're a good writer, you can write, and that actually inspired me. And even Kenny, he has also been always supportive. And that is when I thought that, okay, maybe I can try writing. And then slowly when I started writing, I really enjoyed the process of writing. And that is how I've also worked as an assistant writer in Kokka Deuta Nati Hati 2 with
Okay.
Bhaskarda. And it has been a really fulfilling process for me. And a direction thing, it started with my own music video, of course,
Okay.
Chiso Chiso. I was quite confused about can I really direct or not, because I think all of us have that doubt if we don't do it, right, before we do it. And then when I first directed the music video, I was like, okay, I think I enjoy this. And finding your own voice. They say, as a director, you should have your own style, you
Yes.
should have your own voice. It takes time, but it will happen only once you start doing projects after projects after projects. So that is how I directed my first music video. Then I made a short film, Moving On. It's an action film that's on YouTube. Then me and Kula, we were doing a music video. So we did a music video for like 2 days. We shot 15 videos. It was really painstaking, but we did it. And then slowly we were getting a few projects of music videos and ad films and all. That is how we thought that okay, if we are doing this, let's just form a production house and then start doing it professionally. So that is how we formed a production house called Monkey Scope, and through that we co-directed a few of music videos and at times I also work as an associate director for her, and at times we also write together. So that is how the journey has, just one step by step by step by step, it has just gone forward.
So Poonam, you have already mentioned about your music albums. Chiso, can we get to hear a little of it?
Chiso 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 dilma अघिसरी हात यो समाइदियो डुबिरहेको मेरो मन यो हँसी हँसाइदियो.
That was lovely. You are
Thank you.
truly a multi-hyphenated force. That was lovely. You are a filmmaker, writer, a singer, dancer, and whatnot. Well, Poonam, if I may ask, which is more demanding, the actor or the director or the singer?
So for me, everything has been a journey. Acting, like I said, that I'm not a trained actor. In the beginning, it was difficult, but then project after project, I started learning things. By watching interviews, by watching performances that I liked. And as a director, I'm still exploring. And I'll say that since I was an actor already, it becomes a lot easier when you're a director.
Okay.
Why? Because you know that acting में आप अगर एक non actor है, if there is somebody who cannot act, you understand how, because I am not a trained actor, right? So I know how it was difficult for me, so I can understand, and then according to that I can guide them, do this, do that. And what is difficult again in direction is the technical part of it, right? Of the camera angles, the camera stuff, and all those again have to be learned. And in singing also has been difficult for me because I started singing very, very recently. And you can just say that, oh, I'm a singer, and then you can record in a studio and do multiple things in the post-production. But when you're singing live, you have to train your voice in terms of, there are so many things you have to train yourself with, your notes, your projection, your resonance, your, the scale, the pitch, everything, you have to practice all of those. So I feel that all three has been challenging for me, equally challenging. I won't say that this is more challenging than the other, because all of them have their own nitty-gritties where, if you really care about it, you really gotta learn it.
Poonam Gurung is also a martial artist. We have seen your actions in Family Man Season 3, yes,
Yeah.
and also in Local Utpat, which is an Assamese film. Do you feel like the bigger industries actively look for North Eastern talent now, finally?
It's debatable, because there are rarely very few movies or series where they really need Northeastern characters, right? Now, this particular had a demand because they were shooting in Nagaland. The story came in Nagaland. In the same way, Patalok was also shot in northeastern side of the country. but again, there are very few. And as an actor, as a talent, if you have to survive doing what you are doing, just acting, then you need to have at least 5-6 projects a year, I guess. That is how you can, make a living out of it. Otherwise, it becomes difficult. So it is debatable that way. And I really am glad that Rajan DK, they have written the script that way, and then they have been impartial about the casting also. ऐसा नहीं कि इसको लेना है उसको लेना है. No, they were like, no, I will see the audition and then according to that I'll cast. But I'm doubtful about it, because what happens is that in terms of business, what still people think is कि if we have a Northeastern face as a lead, it might not work. Right, so people who are putting money, people who are investing, people who are, green lighting the scripts are not willing to, put that kind of risk. So it is debatable.
So it's still an uphill climb.
Of course it is. It has become much better than how it was, but it's still, it's still an uphill climb, like
so
you
talking
said.
about the same topic, what was the biggest barrier you had to break as a Northeastern artist?
First of all, what has happened with me, this is my personal experience, is that when you go for auditions, what happens is that first they'll ask you if you know Hindi.
Okay.
Right? And when you speak Hindi, अरे आपका हिंदी इतना अच्छा कैसे है? आपका तो टूटा फूटा हिंदी होना चाहिए. मतलब अच्छा है, लेकिन हमको थोड़ा सा वो टूटा फूटा वाला चाहिए, थोड़ा एक्सेंट चाहिए, क्योंकि वहाँ पे ऐसा है. But then what you need to accept is that Northeast आप एक बोलते हो, but then Northeast के अंदर में there are so many different states, and each state there are so many different rich tribe who have their own culture. Yeah. When you go to Arunachal, they speak Hindi there.
Yeah.
The common language is Hindi.
What was that moment when you felt like, yes, I'm finally here, I have arrived?
I still don't have that moment.
Okay.
I still haven't arrived. I'm still trying my best. I'm still trying to find out the kind of roles that I want to do. And of course, Family Man has given me that spotlight, finally. But I'd like to do more roles where I'm not just a Northeastern character.
Yes.
Like how Priyanka Chopra can be a Maricom.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Again, there is no comparison, because
Yes.
Priyanka Chopra is a tremendous lady, ambitious, tremendous lady who has achieved a lot of stuff in her life, and I really find a lot of inspiration looking at her. But again, if a mainlander person can play a Northeastern character, then why can't we just be characters and
Yes.
not just a Northeastern person?
Exactly.
So
That's a
that
good
is
point, yeah.
that is something I hope that people will start looking at and maybe write more roles. What I really crave is कि आप एक character करो, वो character का आप हर पहलू आप जी लो. मतलब आप उसमें रो, हंसो, you live that character, you perform, you dance, you do everything that the character does, you finish that and you're satisfied, and then you
Yes.
move on to another character. And I think that is what I really, really crave for.
I hope that comes your way
Thank
very
you.
soon.
Thank you so much.
So, Poonam, you have lived in Nagaland for some years, and in Nepal and Siliguri. How do you think all of these cultures have shaped you for the artists we see today?
So every place that I've lived in, be it Nagaland, Nepal, Siliguri, Bombay, right now Assam. So every place has given me something. Every place has given me stories, and that I really, really want to say, right? Where when I want to make a film, I want to make a film about my how I've lived my childhood, and how the political things had changed. Because when I was in Nepal, during that time, my parents were teacher, and then उसी year में ही my father had gone to Dubai, and my mom was still a school teacher. So what had happened was the schools were shut after the king and the family were family were assassinated. So things just changed. Nepal was such a peaceful place. It just changed. There was load shedding, like no current for weeks. and we couldn't live in the areas which were away from the cities. It was unsafe for people. So from there we moved to Siliguri, but all of that change. Being a kid, I've seen all of those.
Yes.
And I'd like to, put those in my stories. The I've lived in Bombay, and Bombay has given me so much because I got trained. I knew how sets work. How you have to be fast. You can be smart. You have to do things for yourself. You have to protect yourself. How you can live alone, and all of that I learned from Bombay. And then I came to Assam. Then Assam, like I learned how to be warm and gentle to people. Because here paisa hai, nahi hai, people are there for you. They're like, ye hoi jabo. And then you can just go to anybody's place and they'll be like, bhat khai ja. They'll cook and then they'll feed. So that warmth I learned from here. So I think every places that I have lived in has given me some kind of story, and that's precious for me.
Punam, you have started from Nagaland to from Nepal to Siliguri. You have achieved a lot of feats, lot more to come in your journey. So people always see your success. What is that one sacrifice you have made that people haven't seen?
Well, there are a lot of sacrifices, but I will say that the uncertainty.
Yes.
Because at some point you want to be stable. That stability you really want at times, but then you have to make peace with the fact that this industry is such, one day you have work and most of the times you don't. And because you're a freelancer, right? And I think that is the sacrifice and what do you call it? Something that I face most of the times. But these kind of moments really bring me joy and motivation. But of course, there is instability, there's uncertainty, and that insecurity of what's going to happen tomorrow. And I think that is something that bugs me a lot of times. But
so what keeps you going when things don't fall into place, doors don't open easily? What keeps you going?
So the issue with people like us who have tasted, the क्या बोलते हैं acting का कीड़ा काट देता है ना. So उसके बाद you won't be able to do anything else. It should be whatever you do direction, you do fight choreography, acting, whatever, but you want to survive in this industry only once you have entered here. And I think a lot of people who work in the industry might agree with it, because the people who work behind the camera, the light dadas, the spot boys, they work so hard. And sometimes it's difficult for them. They have to, the entire day they're running around, making sure that everybody is good, okay or not, and the per day they get is very less. But still, there's that passion keeps them alive, that passion keeps them going. And that is something that has kept me going, the passion and the love for the art.
We ask you some funky fun play round, which is rapid fire. You have to be fast.
Okay, I'm bad at rapid fire, but I'll try.
Okay, one film you wish you acted in.
Little Woman.
Okay, why?
Because the women characters in that film is so flawed, at the same time strong and beautiful.
Co-star you'd love to fight with martial arts style.
Jackie Chan.
Okay, silliest nickname anyone has given you.
Momo.
Why? We know it, but still why? Punam, before we wrap up, we would love it if you could sing a little something for us and also for our viewers.
Sure. All my bags are packed, I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside your door. I hate to wake you up to say goodbye, but the dawn is breaking, it's early morning. The taxi's waiting, he's blowing his horn. Already I'm so lonesome I could die. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. And will you hold me like you'll never let me go? 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go. I hate to go, but I gotta go. Thank you.
We hate to leave you as well. It was a fun interaction. We wish you all the best for your upcoming projects and lots of love from Naughty's Life.
Thank you so much for having me.